Hi, CCF here with another little video about the Dell OptiPlex case swap. A little snag that I hit that I thought would be useful to share with you in case you come across something similar, and it all occurred when I was trying to upgrade the memory. I had 16 gigs of DDR3 RAM on this board that was in the original Dell OptiPlex machine, and I wanted to upgrade it to 32, so I purchased another two 8 gig strips of DDR3, exactly the same voltage as the other one, and checked with the manufacturer specs on that, so I was 100% sure it was going to work, but hit a few problems. So what I did is I put the new strips straight into the board. The first two banks of slots are the white ends, so you skip one, so that's 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4 are the black ends, 3 and 4. So population was in the two white slots, and I was putting two new DIMMs into the 3 and 4 slots, which I did, and then I turned on the machine and I hit the dreaded Dell beeps. 3 beeps, 1 beep, 2 beep, and continuous, and then it stopped and nothing happened. I couldn't get any life out of the machine at all, so I powered off and I tried again. Same thing, 3 beeps, 1 beep, 2 beep. So hit the Dell manuals online and found out that there were a variety of things that could cause this particular beep sequence. One of them being memory related, and as that was what I was doing, I was pretty sure something had gone wrong. So obviously my immediate thoughts were something was wrong with the memory, but I decided to go through some steps just to try and find out exactly what was causing it. And all of this made possible because during the case swap I did actually plug the internal speaker in and left it in the bottom of the case here. Without that I would not have heard those beeps and wouldn't have known what was going on. So if you're doing an OptiPlex swap like that, I would highly advise keeping the speaker connected and just dropping it into the bottom of your case. I know it doesn't look very nice with the cable in red at the moment. I might try and sleeve that, or I might try and tuck it away somewhere else, but definitely connect that if you're doing a case swap with an OptiPlex board, or any other Dell board for that matter. Okay, so what did I do to rectify this? Well, obviously I took all the RAM out, just kept the original 16 gig in as I had, fired up, and I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. No beeps this time, nothing at all. The PC did fire up, the fans went on for a little while, and then they turned off. And then I could not even get anything back from the motherboard at all. You know, pressing the switch again, nothing was working. And here is where I made a few mistakes that hopefully you won't make. So what I did was I turned the power off at the back. I unplugged the power from the motherboard, but I also took the CMOS battery out. Now, of course, taking the CMOS battery out resets the BIOS, and it did. And that gave me another level of problem where I had to diagnose what was going on later on, and I'll come back to that in a minute. But in order to get the memory working again, I had to take all the memory out with the power disconnected at the back of the PSU. That's important. Take the cable out. Then I put one strip of 8 gig in, bank 1, made sure it was connected properly, started the machine. The machine did start, which was good. And then applied the second bank of 8 into the bank 2 slot, which is the second white end slot. Everything was okay. And I just kept going. And I got to the third in the first back slot. Everything was fine there. So I was up to 24 gigs, one more strip to go. Put that last strip in. Same problem occurred again. So there was definitely a problem with, I don't think the fourth DIMM, but the fourth DIMM slot. And what it came down to was, I think there was a little bit of debris in the channel where the DIMM fits into the motherboard, and it was just stopping the connection from being correct. So what I did is I just dusted that out gently, and with the end of a duster actually, just ran it across the board to try and remove that, and then try to get that last DIMM seated correctly, and it wasn't connecting properly at the bottom here. The clip was not marrying up, so it was a question of rocking the DIMM slightly until both connectors would go on. And once I'd done that, all four DIMMs were being accepted properly and the machine was starting. And then I had the problem of what I'd caused by taking the CMOS battery out, which I wouldn't advise doing. And that took me a while to investigate because the machine was starting up, but I was getting a Windows error saying the storage boot device had issues. That's that standard sort of Microsoft screen where you get the blue sad face on it. Repeatedly, I tried everything, and what it turned out to be is that, you know, obviously the BIOS had reset, and the SATA properties needed to be switched back to AHCI. They had gone back to the default, put it on AHCI, all was well. Machine booted in. I was able to see that go into the system information and see that all 32 gigs of memory were in there and working correctly, and all has been fine since. So 3 beeps, 1 beeps, 2 beeps. If you're changing memory, it's going to be that. And all I can suggest is don't take the CMOS battery out like I did, but unplug the power at the back, reseat all your memory. And if you're still having problems, reseat it 1 DIMM at a time until you get to the end. If you get a problem in bank 2, there might be some debris in bank 2, or there might be something wrong with the DIMM you're trying to put in. It might be damaged on the connector ends or something like that. But if you step back, take it back, and just try to get it all in one by one, starting the PC each time, you should hopefully get it sorted like I did. And I'm well happy now. 32 gigs of RAM in this machine. It's still going well, doing just the job. I've got to get my GPU in, and it would be nice if I can find some way of configuring the ARGB CPU cooler so it can run off the same ARGB lighting as the case fans. That would be nice. I have got enough connectors to try that, but I'm not quite sure of the sequence of doing it yet, so I'm going to play around with that and see if I can get that sorted as well. But anyway, I hope that's been useful. If you're changing memory, just go careful. Alright, so please subscribe if you haven't already. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video and it was helpful to you, and hit the bell notification icon so that you know when I've put up future videos. But for now, I'll say goodbye.